Hello YouTubers! As you guys know, I have been in the market for getting a tablet PC, and I was going to get one for about 70 or 80 quid off of eBay, but because of you guys and your advice I decided not to, because I couldn't find one that the touchscreen would be as good as this. I don't think I ever will, to be honest. The touchscreen on this is pretty good. Obviously I don't have enough money to get an iPad 2 or an iPad 1. I did want to get a Galaxy Tab, so I sold my Sony Ericsson and my Samsung PL150 digital camera. That upped my budget a bit, but it still wasn't enough to get a Galaxy Tab, unfortunately, so I was a little bit disappointed there. So what I had to do is have a look to see if there are any other higher end tablets that I could actually afford. I managed to get some help as far as the finance is concerned, but it still wasn't enough to get a Galaxy Tab or an iPad 2. I had a look around, I found a really good deal, and basically I got myself the Dell Streak 7. Oh yes. Now I was a bit dubious about this because a lot of people gave it, well, it was sort of half and half as far as the reviews were concerned. Some people said it was a big pile of rubbish, other people said it was really, really good. Now, I've put Launcher Pro on it, and since putting Launcher Pro on it, it has actually improved. I do like my Launcher Pro, and I must admit, the touchscreen is pretty good. I am quite impressed with the touchscreen. The specs of it means basically that I'm going to be able to upgrade it to Android 3.0 when that comes out, which I can't wait for really. But so far it has been doing quite well. I've managed about 4 or 5 hours worth of heavy internet use out of it. Basically this was to replace this as far as me checking emails and stuff is concerned. I'm still going to use this as an iPod MP3 player, but as far as checking the internet and stuff is concerned, I'm going to start using this now. I have heard that basically the problem with this is that it thinks it's a mobile phone, and so when you go into the battery life it says cell standby, and it's like 70 or 80% worth of the battery, and a lot of people have said that if you freeze those apps or remove them then the battery life improves. Whether that's true or not I don't know, and in order to do that you've got to root your device, which I think makes the warranty void, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to do that yet. So far, like I say, the battery life has been doing 4 to 5 hours, which for me is okay. You know, as far as the cheaper end, sort of 70 or 80 quid tablets were concerned, they were only saying 4 to 5 hours anyway, so as far as I'm concerned, you know, this is better because the specs are a lot better. It's got a 5 megapixel camera on the back and a 1.3 megapixel camera on the front. What I'm going to do is do 2 quick sample shots of the 2 cameras so that you guys can see what it's like. I've been quite impressed with the camera actually. You can do 720p, I think you can do 720p on both cameras. I am going to test that to see if that's true. Another thing that this can do is it can take SD cards. So it's got 16 gig of memory on board, plus you can shove I think up to 32 gig memory card in via SD. So if you really want to use more than 16 gig, then you can actually increase the memory size by however many SD cards that you've got, which I think is rather groovy. So far I've been quite impressed with it, and I think it's worth the money. But then I'm coming from somebody who's been looking at 70 or 80 pound tablets, and this in its specs was way better than those. Obviously if you're someone that's looking at an iPad 2 or a Galaxy Tab or even a Motorola Zoom, then this might not be as good because I think their battery lives last a lot longer. But because this can upgrade, this has got the potential to upgrade to the latest Android, that was another reason why I got it. So there you go. I am quite chuffed with it. Just to give you a sort of size comparison, there are the 2 sizes. A 7-inch one obviously. I've got a nice little case for it, which has been quite handy, and I also got a 10-inch laptop case, which, to be honest with you, is a bit too big. You get a plug adapter with it, and you get a USB lead with it, and a little sort of starter guide with it, and some headphones, and that's about it. I got the case and some screen guards from eBay for collectively about £4, so that was pretty good. I was quite chuffed for that. So there it is in its case. Yes, I do really like it. I don't know what people are talking about. I'm really chuffed with it. I think it's a great piece of kit. If you've got the money, I would say get a Galaxy Tab or one of the others, but you know, for me, this fit my budget and it fits my criteria, so I'm quite chuffed with it. So there you go, that's my quick little update. This is the Dell Streak 7 7-inch tab. I do like it. It's got Android 2.2.2 on it, and it does quite a fine job, I would say. If you do get this, I would recommend you getting Launcher Pro for it, because I think Launcher Pro is a better home screen system than the Dell stock, to be honest. You can put your own widgets and stuff on there like I have done, so you can sort of do those sort of things. Now I'm going to put some video samples of the two cameras up after this video so that you guys can see what they're like. So far I've been really impressed with it, and it is quite a nice change. Having the bigger screen does make a difference, I would say. Yes. Okay, now we're going to have the video samples. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll do some more later on. Bye bye for now. Okay, so here we have the rear camera, 720p at 30 frames per second. There isn't a zoom on this, but no doubt there is an app that would give you a zoom. I have the brightness on pretty much 0, so being able to see what I'm recording isn't that great at the moment. But no doubt if I increase the brightness, it would probably get a lot better. So there you go. This is my little quick test on the Dell Streak 7 of what the 720p video is like. Okay, now I'm going to try the front-facing camera. Okie dokie. So now I'm using the front-facing camera. I've increased the brightness and it's improved straight away. I can see what I'm recording, which is groovy. According to the settings, this is now recording in 720p. Now with the iPod Touch, when you use the front-facing camera, you get VGA, I think. So it will be interesting to see what this is like when I stick it on the end of the video, because it's meant to be in 720p at 30 frames per second. So we'll have to see if that's true or not. I think it's doing a bang up job. I think both cameras are doing really well. I think you can take stills with both cameras. Yes, you can. You can take stills with both cameras, so that's groovy. Like I say, I have been really impressed with this so far. And to be honest with you, if you wanted an all-round tablet and something that you could take good YouTube videos with in a sort of vlogging type way, then this would be a good camera to get, or a good tablet to get. So there you go, that's enough from me. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll do some more later on. Bye bye for now.